is jumping ship, but I never was on the ship to jump the ship. Always been.
Dramatic meeting in Dalton leads to even more controversy, this time over a new hire.
Not only did Mayor Tiffany Henyard make the hire without consent from the board, we're learning tonight the newest employee has a...
The Tiffany Henyard saga just keeps getting wilder, and it seems like the community won't rest until she's behind bars. You might be wondering, why isn't she locked up yet? Well, buckle up because there's a whole lot of drama, hidden deals, and shady secrets swirling around her. Things have taken a shocking turn, and now her own attorney, who was once one of her closest allies, is spilling all the dirt in an explosive board meeting. That's right, this wasn't just any regular meeting, it was a full-on bombshell. Her trusted legal advisor turned on her, revealing jaw-dropping details that left everyone in complete shock. The attorney didn't hold back, exposing secrets that could finally bring Henyard down. But with all of this coming to light, one big question remains. Why is she still walking free? Let's break down this crazy situation and see how it could all come crashing down for the so-called super mayor.
The regularly scheduled Board of Trustees meeting was canceled because there weren't enough trustees present. But Mayor Tiffany Henyard still showed up and appointed a new village administrator and a new village attorney.
It's no secret that Tiffany Henyard has hired two high-profile criminal defense lawyers known for handling some of the country's most notorious cases. Naturally, this has led many to wonder, why does she need such big-name defense attorneys if she insists she's innocent? While having a strong defense is always a wise move, this situation is far more complex than it seems. One of the lawyers Henyard hired, Beau Brindley, became infamous for his defense of R. Kelly's former manager, who faced serious accusations of witness tampering and involvement in illegal activities. Brindley managed to secure an acquittal for his client, but his tactics drew heavy criticism. Allegations surfaced that he coached witnesses to lie, tampered with evidence, and even bribed officials to win cases. His methods, though effective in some instances, have been met with intense scrutiny over the years. One of the biggest controversies surrounding Brindley occurred on September 3, 2015, when he faced 21 charges, including obstruction of justice and conspiracy. These charges were tied to 6 federal cases where he had served as the defense lawyer. Prosecutors accused him of engaging in unethical practices like improper witness coaching. Although Brindley was eventually cleared after a long legal battle, the case left many questioning his ethics beyond the courtroom. Numerous former clients have accused him of fraud, claiming that he took their money but failed to provide the legal services promised. His online reviews are full of complaints from people who felt scammed and betrayed after paying for his services. Recently, Henyard's decision to bring Brindley and another attorney, Ed McDavitt, to a public meeting took an unexpected turn. At the Dalton Village meeting, Henyard's lawyers addressed the small group of attendees, but instead of focusing on the critical issues at hand, they launched into a defense of Henyard, portraying her as the sole victim while blaming others for the turmoil in the village. Brindley made several bold claims during the meeting, many of which raised eyebrows for their inaccuracy. He incorrectly stated that the Open Meetings Act required a 10-day notice to cancel a meeting, when in reality, the Act only requires such a notice if a public body changes its regular meeting schedule. Additionally, Brindley claimed that trustees don't have the authority to cancel meetings, which is false. Trustees, or a majority of the board, can cancel meetings either by notifying the public or simply not attending. One of the most controversial claims Brindley made was that the board was responsible for Henyard's appointment of Keith Freeman as village administrator. However, video evidence shows that while a motion was made for Freeman's appointment, it wasn't seconded and therefore failed despite Henyard's apparent disregard for the board's disapproval. Brindley also misrepresented Jason House's authority to sign checks, claiming House didn't have the legal authority to do so. In reality, House was authorized to sign checks per the Cook County Circuit Court and village ordinances. Brindley's argument that Henyard's personal attorney could stop certain actions was misleading, as it's the courts, not her lawyers, that have the authority to make those decisions. Rather than addressing the core issues or presenting a solid defense, Henyard's lawyers seemed more focused on shifting blame without verifying their claims. This raises serious questions about their effectiveness as defense attorneys and whether their main goal is truly to resolve Henyard's legal troubles. Meanwhile, Dalton trustees have been moving forward without Henyard. Last week they gathered at the Dalton Fieldhouse to discuss the village's financial future. Henyard didn't attend the meeting. However, trustee Stanley Brown, once a close ally of Henyard on the village board, made a significant appearance. Brown had not attended a special board meeting in recent months, but he received a warm welcome from the crowd. "I had residents tell me to come, and some told me not to. I'm here for all the residents," Brown said. This meeting came just a week after Henyard attempted to hold her own unofficial meeting, which lacked a quorum. During that meeting, she announced new appointments for village attorney and administrator, but trustee Jason House dismissed it as unofficial, claiming those appointments weren't sanctioned by the board. With mounting legal pressure, public scrutiny, and village board members moving forward without her, Tiffany Henyard's political future is hanging by a thread. As her defense attorneys scramble to protect her, the village of Dalton is left to pick up the pieces of a governance crisis that shows no signs of slowing down. The ongoing saga continues to raise more questions than answers, leaving many to wonder if Henyard's time in office is finally nearing its end.
And the drama continues between Dalton's mayor and the village's board of trustees after multiple members did not attend tonight's monthly meeting.
Just pay attention to who bring all the drama to your community. Where all the hecklers that's normally in the crowd, they're not here today. Where everybody that got something to say, want everybody up here talking, giving their opinion.
I'm not going to stop until she's behind bars.
The Tiffany Henyard saga continues to unfold, and it's hard to ignore the growing number of controversies surrounding her leadership in Dalton. From financial mismanagement to personal misconduct, Henyard's time in office is now synonymous with scandal. And as the village trustees work to deal with the fallout from her actions, her legal and financial troubles are starting to take center stage. Let's break down the key issues that are weighing on her ability to continue leading. One of the main concerns raised during recent meetings was the village's budget crisis and potential layoffs. Trustee Jason House even suggested that layoffs might be necessary as the town grapples with its growing financial instability. Henyard's refusal to sign checks, allegedly causing millions of dollars in disputes with the village's bank, is just the tip of the iceberg. The bank issued a 60-day notice due to signature disputes, and financial processes that should have been smooth were left in limbo under her administration. In an effort to control costs, the trustees have implemented a temporary freeze on travel and meal reimbursements, which are allegations of misuse of village funds. This freeze highlights just how out of touch Henyard's leadership has been with the needs of the community. The village board has also made progress on other matters that had stalled under Henyard's leadership, like approving 18 long-delayed business licenses and finalizing a new firefighter contract. Trustees have even gone so far as to fire Deputy Police Chief Louis Lacey, who's facing bankruptcy fraud charges. Perhaps the most damning aspect of Henyard's time in office has been the financial mismanagement. She's admitted to a $2 million budget shortfall, but many believe the deficit could be much higher. What makes this worse is her failure to release spending records, a clear violation of state transparency laws. This refusal to release basic financial information has only added fuel to the fire of public distrust in her leadership. The extravagant spending allegations only add more fuel to the fire. Between July and November 2023, Henyard and her team reportedly spent tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars on luxury items, including first-class flights, upscale dining, and shopping sprees. The most shocking example of this was a $220,000 and 5-day trip to Austin, Texas, where Henyard and her aides spent taxpayer money on luxury hotel stays, dining, and high-end sports gear. For residents already questioning her financial acumen, this trip was the tipping point. The local business community also feels the sting of Henyard's decisions. A trucking company run by Lawrence Gardner has been inactive since January 2023 after being accused of selling alcohol without a license. Gardner, however, denies the charges and has won a legal ruling in his favor. There are whispers in the community that Henyard's administration targeted Gardner for other reasons, particularly after business owners were asked to donate thousands of dollars to the village shortly after she took office. The drama doesn't end with financial mismanagement. Henyard has faced accusations of personal misconduct, including a troubling sexual assault case involving a former assistant and a village trustee during a work trip to Las Vegas. The assistant claims she was drugged and assaulted after a dinner with the trustee, and Officer Brian Miles, who was part of Henyard's $1 million security team, claims the trustee bragged about the assault during a FaceTime call. These allegations have further complicated the legal challenges Henyard is already facing. Henyard's decision to hire criminal defense attorney Bo Brindley, who has defended controversial figures like R. Kelly's former manager, has also added fuel to the fire. Brindley's history of questionable tactics, including witness tampering and fraud, has only heightened concerns about Henyard's defense strategy. As her legal battles continue to unfold, many are left wondering how long she can maintain her position as mayor. As of now, public sentiment in Dalton is overwhelmingly against Henyard. Many residents are calling for her resignation, demanding accountability for the misuse of taxpayer funds and the various scandals that have come to light. But despite mounting pressure, Henyard has continued to defend herself, framing the allegations as part of a political attack against her. The situation in Dalton is truly a cautionary tale of what happens when public officials are not held accountable for their actions. Henyard's tenure as mayor has been marked by a series of missteps, and as more details of her administration's financial and legal troubles emerge, it's unclear how much longer she can hold on to power. Should she step down, or is there more to the story? We want to hear your thoughts. What do you think should happen to Tiffany Henyard?